It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
This right here is Car Con Carne. Car Con Carne is a Q101 podcast. I'm James Van Oslo. Car Con Carne is sponsored by Easy Automation. Are you looking to transform your home, office, or business into a smart, seamlessly connected space? Easy Automation delivers custom automation solutions that are tailored to your lifestyle. Whether you're upgrading your home entertainment, streamlining your office tech, or enhancing the atmosphere in your restaurant or sports bar, they've got you covered. Their expert team designs and installs personalized systems from smart lighting and climate control to audio-video distribution and robust Wi-Fi networks, all managed through an intuitive app on your favorite device. Easy Automation makes technology work for you effortlessly, reliably, and always with your satisfaction guaranteed. Visit easy-automation.net or call Dan at 630-730-3728 and take control of your environment today. Car Con Carne, also sponsored by Exploding House Printing. Exploding House, if you're in a band, you might be interested in this. Exploding House can help you with all your screen printing, embroidery, and merch needs. They're truly a local Chicago business. They're in Hermosa, and they focus on small businesses, bands, brands, everything in between. They've done stuff for Meatwave, Devin K and the Solutions, The Empty Bottle, The Music Box, Dante's Pizzeria, The Brokedowns. Tons of people. You can see the full list at explodinghouseprinting.com. And Jonathan, the guy behind Exploding House, he's been doing this for decades, so he knows what he's doing. He has the technical know-how, and he delivers production efficiency and cost awareness to offer boutique print shop quality at much lower large print shop prices. Get a quote by emailing info@explodinghouseprinting.com. I am in Wisconsin. I am in Bayview, Wisconsin, with Dave Trumfio of Pulsars.
Hey, how you doing?
I have not interviewed you in person since probably like 1999.
Even, I would say longer than that.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah. Probably 97 or 8.
around
Maybe, we did a Christmas special once.
did a Christmas special with Scott Lucas and the Popes.
Veruca Salt.
Yeah. So it's been a little while. We did a virtual thing during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness, you don't live in Chicago anymore, so it's a little harder to do things in person. We are in Bayview, Wisconsin for the Bayview Bash. Pulsars are playing here. There's literally, because of that, no reason to not say this is a very nice day. Yeah, hugs and kisses all the way to Wisconsin.
Absolutely.
The song was made for this moment, this coming together.
I mean, since this is, I don't want to ruin the show, but this will be seen after the show. So we're starting with that song.
You have to.
Yeah. We're in Wisconsin.
It's funny. I was looking at your Bandcamp page, which, by the way, you should visit if you are a fan of Pulsars, new or old, because you can buy that one masterful album on vinyl. You can have and hold with the cooler cover.
Yeah.
Love it. I love having this on vinyl.
I'm so happy we finally have it out on vinyl.
That's Dave right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can go to the Bandcamp page. You can buy it there, and you can have it and hold it forever. It was interesting. I was looking at some of the review comments. I am over the moon that Pulsars will be available again. I was 15 when I heard Pulsars on James Van Oslo's local Q101 show. The music resonated with me, but I never got to see them live. I recently found this record on YouTube, and it was an emotional experience to hear these songs 20 plus years later. And I don't mention that because I mention that because I'm sure you're hearing that a lot as you're going on the road, talking about this record again. I'm sure there are people who are catching up to the record or who missed you the first time around who are using this opportunity.
I mean, it's both. Like last night in Lake Orion, which is a suburb of Detroit, we had people driving in from Ohio, new fans, people with families who met and they're like one of their things in common where they liked our band, like the Pulsars, and they came to the show with their family. This is incredible. Like to, it's really exciting.
Does that make you emotional?
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
How can it not?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's interesting. Going back to this record, I know this record start to finish. We spent a lot of time listening to, playing, talking about this record. It's interesting how a couple plus decades later, the way you perceive and hear songs changes. Yeah. And the songs that may have been my favorites back then are not my favorites now. The song that has, to me, risen up above the rest, just as a personal favorite, is Technology.
Oh,
which
thank you. Yeah.
certainly not an obvious single, perhaps, but that's the one that you write hooks for days, but
Yeah.
that hook just stays with me like nothing else.
That was when we made the record. That was one of my standouts. I mean, just personally, I really like it because I'm like such a New Order like fanatic.
Really?
And it's pretty New Ordery.
It is.
But it's not. It's Pulsars. But I sometimes I wear my influences on the sleeve. So.
And as we're talking about this record, and as you're touring, essentially touring behind it, are there things you hear in the record that you wish you'd done differently or wish you'd done more of?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've always been like a post-punk, new wave, like kind of more like a late 70s, early 80s fan. Not so much like the mid 80s, like although I was a teenager right there. But I was always a fan of like the earlier Cure, New Order, the Joy Division, Gang of Four, even like all those kind of like early post-punk bands. And I think in the 90s, I was kind of thread the needle, like because 90s grunge and that whole scene was like way more machismo and stuff. And it wasn't so angular post-punk, but I was trying to kind of do that with the Pulsars and leaning on more of the power pop side of it. Where now, like doing it live, I do a lot more baritone-y kind of, and we're playing a song "Worker Robot Droid" and the song "Dear," which was the B-side for the Tunnel song. It was kind of a throwaway, but it's one of my favorite songs that I've ever done, and it's very like Wire influenced, meets like, I don't know, it's thread in the needle with that influence, but like I like the new show. I'm definitely kind of leaning more on the magnetic fields meets like Wire and like post-punk kind of side of what we did.
And that's what I was going to ask, because I saw you play Empty Bottle very early this year. You did an opening slot, and that to me was just kind of like a victory lap set. I mean, it was all the
anniversary,
stuff. Yeah, it was all the stuff we expected. But from what you just said, you're stretching out the set list a little bit.
Yeah, we're definitely for these shows we're playing over an hour. I mean, for Bayview we're going to do 45-minute sets, so we're going to cut some stuff down. But got to have a new booking agent, and like some of the offers like they want at least 60 minutes. So we're having to we only had a couple EPs, a 7-inch and an album. So we're digging deep to get like a full set. So. But we're doing, it's really fun, and we're doing Worker Robot Droid and Deer and Chicago Swingers, Cast Iron Dog, which was a really early song.
Chicago Swingers, God, that's awesome.
Yeah, now I'm listening, I'm like, oh God, I was a huge Smiths fan when I was in high school, and that is so Smiths, that song.
It is. It is. Well,
without being like a copy, but yeah.
So Pulsars are one of those great one-album wonders.
So they say.
But I mean, back in the day, you had a second album ready to go. You had it in the chute. Was it basically done?
Yeah. So the second record, I wrote like so many songs for that record. Like, I swear they wanted me to write a song a week and turn it into the label for a year. So I wrote a lot of songs. And yeah, so we ended up getting close to finishing it. Like we had a wave of mixes, a wave of mastering, a kind of a mocked up sequence. And then, we were like ready to kind of like go to like do the final touches. And, Herb called me and was like, hey, this isn't the business we got into. I think we talked about this before, but like
Herb
Napster and, Apple like was starting to sell digital files. And they're like, this isn't the business we got into. Like, what is it? Like, we sell records, not digital files. And so they bowed out. Mm-hmm. And that's when kind of Harry decided to go back and finish his degree. And we're like,
Harry Trumfio,
my brother, the drummer, original drummer. And, so we were like, yeah, we'll circle back like, in a couple of years, 25 years later, So
what happens to those mixes? Is that just...
So I was telling some fans last night, we have it. I finished the record and I have it ready. I have it in the can, and I think we're going to release it. We're going to release it soon. We have a bunch of records.
CDRs of that have found their way around the local music community.
There has, and like the funny thing is, people think they know what it is, but it's close, but it isn't.
Well, that's exciting. Okay, so that's stuff that you recorded a long time ago.
Yes.
Are you writing a song a week now? Or what do you?
So pretty much I've decided, like, Harry basically was like, come on, let's like put the stuff out. Let's just like, get out, figure out what's going on with the back catalog, start putting stuff out. So that we did Lost Transmissions. Yep. Then we did, reissuing the first record. So we have a covers record, which is insane. Think AM Gold done in our style.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And we have the second record. We have a third record that we started in 2009. So yeah, we're going to start putting that out. So we have a lot of stuff already in the can.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
This is like the best possible news you could be given.
Yeah.
Right now.
So, but I'm also like really re-engaging my artist side of the thing. I've been producing other people's records for years. And like, I'm like, you know what? I mean, I've been playing bass in the Mekons for 10 years. And
which, oh my God.
Yeah.
Bless your post-punk heart. That's
talk about post-punk.
Uh-huh.
But so, I kind of, we just finished 2 months this year, playing with the Mekons. And so, I'm getting out there playing, I'm getting on stage. It's kind of reigniting what I got into all this stuff for, So, I've been writing. I'm actually writing like, my first solo record, which is,
and it won't be a Pulsars record.
No.
So obviously it won't be synthy. It won't be.
It's kind of synthy. It's a little more singer-songwriter.
Okay.
It's a little more indie pop. It's called Nervous Boy.
Okay.
And it's going to be like my new solo project, but I'm going to be doing it tandemly with Pulsars. And
hey, I feel like John Langford rubbed off on you.
The Million Bands.
Uh-huh. But like seriously, one of the most prolific songwriters I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
He's a machine.
I mean, he plays probably 300 gigs a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beloved.
I mean, John he's my big brother. I'm the oldest of three boys, and like, I don't have a big brother. John Langford's my big brother.
I mean, if you're looking for a mentor.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
All right. So solo record, Nervous Boy.
Yeah.
More Pulsars. You mentioned you've worked with all these bands, you've produced all these different acts from across the spectrum. I feel like your proverbial day job, which is that, keeps you busy. Are you going all in with touring and like?
Yeah, I'm consciously taking a step back from producing other artists right now and focusing on my own stuff.
That's great.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. And this little run, we just have a new agent, and so we're out. He booked us at Bayview Bash, and he booked us at Hey Noni in Arlington Heights, which I would have never have gotten on my own. But it just turns out I grew up out there too. And it was a fantastic show. It was amazing.
It's a cool little room.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know really about it until it was brought to my attention.
And you could park.
I'm not in Chicago anymore, so.
It has parking, which appeals to me.
Yeah. And I've been talking, my wife and I, who's also from Chicago originally, we're going to start spending more time in Chicago, and we're planning on coming back more, and, all that kind of
Dave,
stuff.
this is all great news.
Yeah.
Because
doing music again.
I had a fear.
My own music.
I had a fear going into this interview that you're just kind of doing the victory lap with Pulsars, and then you're going to go back.
No, actually, it's just the way to reignite it.
I love it.
I want to, and Harry and I, like, unfortunately, Harry's back is really bad right now. He can't play more than a few songs without getting like his legs going numb. And he has some spinal issues. So, I mean, but it's really unfortunate because Harry really, I have to say, Harry was the one that pushed me to like start reissuing and doing this. And, and we finally did it. And then I'm like, okay, we're going to play some shows. He's like, I can't play, so, luckily I have a really good friend, Danny De Leon, who I've worked with a lot in the studio and played in bands like Moving Units. I produced a record for the band Soft Kill that he was the drummer in. So like I was able to get him to play, and he plays a lot like Harry. He's like I call them body drummers, like where they throw their whole body into it.
I used to love watching Harry play.
Yeah, Harry is just such a theatrical drummer, and Danny's is cut from the same cloth. So like I was really lucky to have him be able to step in and fill Harry's shoes. Because he's a body drummer. You got your Charlie Watts that like play with the wrists, and then you got the body drummers that are just like Well, like Animal on the Muppet Show.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, unfortunately, Harry's not doing the shows, but, Danny is, and I'm out there playing the music, and we're going to get everything released. One thing Harry said, he's like, hey, man, I know I can't play right now, and I don't know if I can ever play again. He's looking into, like, taking care of it, some surgery possibly. And, yeah, and, like, he's just like, just do me a favor, Dave. Release all the music, get it all out there.
Good.
So rather than just like boom releasing 6 albums, like we're going to stagger them.
Yeah, that
and
makes
part
sense.
of it was like getting an agent, which we just were able to get, and I don't know, getting a booking agent in the modern music industry is really hard. It's harder than getting signed.
I was going to say the rules that you played by in the 90s.
They're not the rules now.
Yeah, it's a totally different blueprint. If there even is a blueprint.
Yeah, it's a different time. But all I know is I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I write songs. I one thing I said to myself when I was a teenager, I said, I just want to be in music. I worked at a music store. I worked at studios. I was like, no matter what I do, I want to be around music. But really at the beginning, what got me into this thing was writing songs. And I'm at that point in my life where, I'm going to focus the rest of my life on a working retirement doing my music.
I love it.
So that's what I'm doing.
Dave, this is the best possible news. I'm so glad we talked.
Man.
I love what you do. This is so great. And please tell Harry I say hello.
I will.
He's
Absolutely.
such a good dude. As far as your production work goes, you've worked with so many different people, and whether it's Wayne Kramer or OK Go or Wilco or My Morning Jacket, I'd be willing to bet that the one people ask you the most about is Dogstar.
It's the most recent. Yeah.
Like, what's
what do
he
you want
like? No, I don't. Like, I don't even need to go there. But if I just had to guess, when people ask you about your king size work,
Yeah.
that's the band that comes up most. Because people are fascinated by celebrity.
Yeah. I mean, Keanu, I have to say, is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
He certainly
such
has
a
that
great
reputation.
guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a really nice guy. Not just because, I don't know, like, if he wasn't a star, I'd be like, that guy's a sweet guy. Like he's a super cool. Working with them, it was a very interesting project, and because they haven't played music for like 20 something years as well, like a lot like the Pulsars.
Something of a kinship.
Yeah. And like they literally wrote that album like a month before we met. And then like a week later we're in the studio. So like it was like a really raw, fresh kind of energy about the band. And that was pretty exciting to be involved with.
So going back on the road, can you imagine how many more tunnels you'll discover?
Oh yeah. Oh, Mekon's just toured Europe, and I half the time I was sitting in the front seat for a lot of it, and I have hours of tunnel videos. I'm like, I'm going to use these. I'm going to do a custom tunnel video with this footage. I have hours.
And knowing you're going back.
Come on, you love going through tunnels. Come on.
Pittsburgh has a cool one.
Yeah.
Knowing how much you enjoy technology, how much you enshrined it in song. What does the current pulse or pace of technology mean for you as a musician, as a producer? Does AI figure into anything you do? I mean, I'm assuming you kind of like look out for new trends, opportunities.
I'm always into technology. I mean, since day one. When we started King Size, like when we got the Pulsars deal, we were one of the first studios in Chicago to have Pro Tools. Because it was super expensive back then.
Of course.
So we got in really early. So I've never been afraid of technology. And, we just take control. That's what we do. You got to take control of technology. Well, AI is very interesting to me. I mean, I use it. Like there's like things like plugins like, hey, like let us learn this instrument or something and suggest a setting or whatever. I use that stuff every day now. And, it's never 100%, like, but it gets you in the ballpark. It saves time. It saves time. Sometimes it completely overbakes it. A lot of times it's too bright. But, I'm not afraid of it. And, I think there's a lot of old school producer, engineer types and musicians that are just like, I'm like, whatever, it's like,
it's just another tool in the box.
Exactly. I just met a programmer who works for Snapchat. He's like one of the lead programmers. And I'm like, man, what do you think of AI? And he's like, oh man, it just gets me closer, and I always have to tweak it. There always has to be the human tweaking it.
Always.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, cool. I
mean,
I'm the same way with music technology. I'm actually, speaking of music projects, and it fits in line with me doing my own music. I'm actually in the beginning stages of doing a project with Robert Schneider from Apples and Stereo.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all based on like prompting an AI to write songs, and then like us re-engineering them.
Oh, that's brilliant.
and it has like
turning them into organic music after.
Yeah, we're just kind of reverse engineering the AI.
Oh, that's awesome.
As like kind of just a start. I mean, come on. I mean, musicians have been doing it for years with samples.
Sure.
Like a lot of times you get a sample going, then you kind of play over it, and then eventually you take the sample out. That's a technique a lot of people use. And I mean, it's the same thing. But what's cool is we're going to keep the vocals because they're all like dreamy girl vocals. And that's the AI vocal will be the lead singer of the band. It's called Micro Panthers.
Brilliant. All right, I'm going to let you get ready. We're here at Bayview Bash. The headline, not to bury the lead, Pulsars are back. Dave Trumfio's back.
Yeah.
The music career has
Making
just
music
been
again.
adrenalized.
Thanks, man.
Thanks
for having me.
Such great news. Love this album, the self-titled one, re-released. You can have it. You can hold it. You can enjoy Dust Lifeboat technology, suffocation,
Thanks, James.
all the things.
Thanks for being in the Pulsar's life.
I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Early champion, still a champion.
Always. All right. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.